Your mind is either your strongest ally or your most dangerous enemy. And most people walk through life with a weapon they've never learned to use. Thoughts running wild, emotions hijacking their decisions, doubts louder than reason. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They didn't aim to escape the world. They trained their minds so the world couldn't break them. An unbreakable mind isn't born. It's built, brick by brick, choice by choice, practice by practice. And it doesn't take hours of meditation or a perfect life. It takes 10 habits, 10 simple daily disciplines that shift you from reactive to unshakable, from overwhelmed to anchored, from scattered to sovereign. Practice 1. Begin your day in silence. Before the world shouts its demands, give yourself 5 minutes of stillness. No phone, no conversation, just you and your breath. The mind resets in silence. Marcus Aurelius would write his meditations before battle, not for others, to remind himself who he was. You must do the same. Practice 2. Journal with truth, not performance. Ask yourself hard questions. What am I avoiding? What did I do yesterday that weakened me? Where did I compromise who I am? Self-reflection is a mirror, and clarity only comes to those brave enough to look. Practice 3. Move your body with intention, not for image, but for discipline. The Stoics trained the body not for strength alone, but for control, to teach the mind that discomfort isn't danger. Every rep is a rehearsal for resilience. Every drop of sweat, a signal that you command yourself. Practice 4. Audit your input. What are you feeding your mind? Who are you listening to? What kind of voices are shaping your inner world? The Stoics warned that garbage in means garbage out. If your mind is constantly filled with noise, gossip, outrage, distraction, don't be surprised when clarity disappears. Build a gate, guard what gets through, and let only what sharpens you stay. Practice 5. Do one hard thing you don't want to do every single day. Call the person, finish the task, say no where you usually say yes. The modern world is engineered for comfort, but the Stoic mind is forged in friction. Discipline isn't built when it's easy. It's built when everything in you wants to avoid, and you choose to face it anyway. Practice 6. Stay aware of your judgments. Most of your suffering doesn't come from events. It comes from how you label them. You say, "This is unfair, this is a disaster, this ruined my day." But to the Stoics, nothing is good or bad until your mind says so. You get to choose the meaning. Train yourself to ask, is this as bad as I think, or just not what I expected? Practice 7. Reduce your needs. The more you need, the more power the world has over you. Cut one craving, one useless luxury, one unnecessary dependency. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." An unbreakable mind isn't constantly fed, it's constantly freed. Practice 8. Embrace voluntary discomfort. Take the cold shower, fast for a few hours, walk without headphones. It's not about suffering, it's about proving to yourself that comfort isn't your master. The Stoics believed that the man who chooses discomfort in peace will endure hardship in war. You train your mind by showing it that pleasure is optional, but discipline is not. Practice 9. Speak less than you want to. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you don't need to say everything. The Stoic doesn't speak to impress. He speaks to express value. When you master your tongue, you master your energy. Silence is strength disguised as stillness. And in a world addicted to noise, your restraint becomes magnetic. Practice 10. End your day with self-examination. What did I do today that made me weaker? What did I do that made me stronger? Seneca wrote that each night he reviewed his actions, not to shame himself, but to refine himself. This isn't overthinking, it's ownership. The mind grows through reflection more than reaction. And if these practices hit something real in you, if you're tired of being mentally fragile in a world built to break you, then subscribe. Not to this channel, to yourself, to a higher standard. This isn't motivation, this is a manual. And every video we release adds another tool to your arsenal, another brick to your mental fortress. Hit subscribe, and let's keep building. Not perfection, not comfort, but clarity, strength, and command. Building an unbreakable mind isn't a goal, it's a lifestyle. It's the decision to show up for yourself every single day, especially when no one's watching, especially when your mood is low, especially when no one's clapping. Because strength isn't built when you feel like it, it's built when you don't, and you still do it. Most people live at the mercy of their emotions. One bad text and they spiral. One hard day and they collapse. One rejection and they start questioning their worth. But a Stoic doesn't crumble under pressure. He sharpens inside it. He sees pain as feedback, not punishment. He uses failure as a map, not a sentence. And you'll notice something else. The stronger your mind becomes, the quieter it gets. No more chaos, no more chasing, just clarity, calm, precision. You stop reacting and start deciding. You stop complaining and start commanding. You don't need everything to go your way, because you've become the kind of person who adapts no matter what comes. This doesn't mean you're immune to pain. It means pain doesn't get to define you. Your mind becomes the filter, the firewall, the fortress. And when people around you are breaking under stress, overreacting, or drowning in self-doubt, you're still. Not because you're lucky, but because you're built. There will come a day when nothing goes your way, when people disappoint you, when the plan falls apart, when the noise in your head gets louder than the world around you. That's the test. That's the moment the training kicks in. Because an unbreakable mind isn't about having no pressure. It's about standing tall when the weight hits. The Stoics trained for that day. They knew storms weren't a matter of if, but when. And when that storm arrives, they didn't ask for it to end. They asked to remain unchanged inside it. That's what you're building. A mind that doesn't panic. A mind that doesn't fold. A mind that acts with reason when others act on impulse. And it doesn't take a miracle. It takes the decision to do 10 small things every single day. Not perfectly, not all at once, but consistently, over time. And when you commit to that process, your mind changes, slowly at first, then all at once, until the things that used to shake you don't even move you anymore. So now the question is simple. When the pressure comes, because it will you react like the old version of you? Or will you respond like the man you've been training to become?